I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Hell no!
I think the whole thing regarding the song and stuff is just super confusing for me because we've had this whole issue from really early on about the public being involved in our adoption, and at first they could see her face, and then she turned 4 and they said no more face, just the back of her head. It's gotten to a point where they didn't like us talking about adoption at all. To go from that to now all of a sudden we want to share her voice publicly, share her song publicly.
You know, to make you look good, you're going to say, here's a song that Carly wanted to give to you, but then in turn be like, but you can only listen to it on camera.
The intention didn't feel good to me.
Well, and I feel like if Carly really wanted it to be a gift to us,
Then give me the gift. I just feel like the intention feels, it just feels manipulative.
What up, hotties? We in other people business, and this is a very deep conversation that's been circulating on Team Mom. We all know that Tyler and Caitlyn gave up their daughter for adoption. It was supposed to be an open adoption, and this has been argued all over social media what that may mean. Regardless, fans feel like Tyler and Caitlyn have been overdoing it, and some feel like Tyler and Caitlyn are absolutely justified in their feelings of feeling like they've been bamboozled when it comes to this whole adoption situation. But if you guys don't know the entire debacle, there has been an on and off, back and forth relationship with Tyler and the adoptive parents, Teresa and Brandon. And at first, it seemed like this open adoption thing was going to be something that we would be able to view. We would be able to see how this actually works in real life. But that ended up coming to a screeching halt when Brandon and Teresa expressed that they no longer wanted their baby filmed for television any longer. And to fans, that was okay, right? Because we are not owed that, and that is the privacy of the child. Perfectly fine. But I feel like over time, Tyler and Caitlyn kind of took offense because things slowly started to decline in the way they would communicate with Brandon and Teresa. So it became more like they were strangers for the most part. And they took offense to that. And fans were actually offended by Tyler and Caitlyn in the way they chose to lash out when it came to Teresa and Brandon. Well, now it's looking like Teresa and Brandon sent in a video of their daughter, but it's looking like they said that it was only available for view on TV or while they were on camera. Tyler and Caitlyn took offense to this because they felt like this is something that they should have seen privately, considering it's going to be a first video that they see of their daughter growing up since they haven't gotten in contact with Brandon and Teresa. And I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know your honest opinions, because I feel like two things can be true. I feel like we can hold Tyler and Caitlyn accountable for the way that they chose to, I guess, air out Brandon and Teresa and not respect the boundaries that they were trying to input when it came to the whole adoption situation. But I genuinely feel like it does seem kind of weird that Brandon and Teresa would only allow them to see this video if it was on camera. And people are saying, well, we feel like this is get back or they're being petty because Tyler and Caitlyn use the cameras to express themselves in social media, to express themselves. So now Brandon and Teresa are going to use that same method. And the reason why I feel like if that's true, then this makes it worse because do what's in the best interest of the child instead of harboring all of these emotions, because I get how Brandon and Teresa could feel, but at the end of the day, do what's best for the child. If this is a video that you guys wanted to just get out there so her bio parents could feel at ease, why not just simply do it privately? And some people feel like, well, maybe they didn't want to do it privately because I mean Tyler and Caitlyn will probably find a way to mix up how it happened, or I guess sway the audience to believe something different. So they're just putting it all out there on camera only. But I don't know if this was the best approach. Moving on, I want to dive into this viral video from TikTok, and I posted this in a video that I made earlier today with Mark Carey and him being racially profiled. But for whatever reason, people don't like when I use old clips to make points or create new videos, and that is really annoying. So I'm just going to add it in this video as well. But this lady went viral for exposing the micro racial aggression within the workplace. And granted, micro racial aggression, adding on, right? But it's microaggression, and she's saying that she feels like it has a racial undertone to it. And I listened to it and I kind of agree with it. Now, some people are going to feel like this lady was eavesdropping, like you guys are going to see in this DM, but it was in a break room. And I feel like we need to practice having professional, healthy conversations, acceptable, appropriate conversations while working, whether it is in the break room or not. And if you want to have these type of conversations, have them at home simply, right? Stop being so offensive intentionally, because that's the way that it feels. It feels like she was trying to kind of relay a message, but do it very micro aggressively, not too much aggression. And these are some of the things that people talk about within the workplace that makes it hard for people to just go to work and do their job, because there's always other things in the mix that shouldn't be there. So y'all get in the comment section and let me know what you think. People were in the comment section saying, see, this is why I eat in my car. And does that make it okay? Like, this to me just seems really off.
I'm like, that's dumb. But I have the genetic fortune that half of my skin color is the super white.
Super white, like the tuna.
Super.
No, I'm kidding.
like Wonder Bread white. That's what my mom likes to call herself. She goes, I am Wonder Bread. It is all like, he's like European, Scandinavian on my mom's side, like all of that. She goes, there ain't a drop of color in here. No. But no. So, yeah, I've done genetics to never get too dark on that side of the family. So I did kind of was like, it was funny. No, I'm not doing half the stuff you guys want me to do. I'm gonna go outside in my short sleeves and my Bermuda shorts and sit in the sun and get tan against the wishes of my grandparents.
But grandparents are very traditional that way.
Oh, they are.
Like,
I had a whole separate wardrobe for California that I wore with them because the stuff I wore at home and with my mom's parents was. No, I don't think having like a giant death metal band t-shirt in front of a whole bunch of Muslims was great.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Probably true.
My friends, my high school friends, one time they like, first time they came over, my one friend, I was like, we're looking for something, and she's going through my room, I'm like, whatever. And she looked at my wardrobe, she goes, why do you have like 2 separate things? And I was like, oh, I go, she goes, and she looked at me, she goes, I've never seen you in any of these shirts. And I go, oh yeah, and you're probably never going to. And she's like, what? I go, yeah, that's my California clothes. And she's like, what do you mean your California clothes? I go, when I'm in California.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced.
In the case of anybody.
That's why I'm